welcome down to Devon Koi Pond for another cracking week's adventure in koi ponding. Well, what a bloody horrible week. We've had some rain this week, 5 inches or more of rain we've had. I also, when I moved the sump the other day, I didn't reset the overflow properly from the vortex, so the vortex was just overspilling in the bottom of the filter pit rather than going into the sump, which I didn't spot until it was pissing down rain, and then by then I couldn't be bothered. But what a mess. Rain, terrible. I don't know how James has been getting on over there. Hopefully his pit ain't full up with water, but if he's had the kind of rain I've had over there this week, it's got to be a mud bath, I think, in the back garden there, and I just hope he hasn't had the same sort of rain I've had here, but he's only spitting distance away, and I haven't spoke to him this week. Right, so if you're not already, it's that time. Please smash the like and subscribe down here. Pretty close to 3,000 subscribers. Would love to get over the 3,000. Would make my month. Had a little surprise the other day. I'll show a quick clip here of that. My better half got me a dragon for the pond. Ain't she a beauty? Really liking that. Goes in really well on the wall there. Been after one of those for a long time. I got that as a present from the better half. She knows how to treat me proper. Right, so all this rain this week, absolutely terrible with a pH, acidy rain. Tested the water every day this week because of the amount of rain we've had. We had a thunderstorm on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon I think. My God, the heavens just opened. It was absolutely atrocious, and it was very acidy. I normally add like a cupful of bicarb every 3 to 4 weeks. Well, I had to drop a cupful in then. It was that bad. And this morning I've just put another cupful in after doing the water tests, trying to keep it up. I've got oyster shell in, but it was just too much in one hit for the oyster shell to buffer it. That takes a little while to break down in the water, but cupful of bicarb has brought it back up into a usable point when fish are happy with it. Fantastic. But crap week. Expect everybody's had the same bloody rain. Right, but this week we're going to be having a look at that skimmer. Yeah, I'll show you me moulding that in a minute. That was a load of fun. Another nice easy job where nothing went wrong. It's on there and done, but I'll show you what I did to it. Right, with that, let's nip into the workshop a minute and have a go at that. Okay, so this was one of the jobs that I've been putting off for a long time, just haven't done it. I only draw 3,000 litres through the skimmer. I don't pull much through it, as low as the pump will go. But I'm going to stick this in the bottom of it because I've got that restriction in the bottom, so I'm going to stick this. I'll just cut this flange off with a hacksaw a minute, do that, and I'll stick it in the lathe, just clean it up so it's nice, and then I can screw that in the bottom of the skimmer basket, pot so to speak. Right, bear with me a second. Go with a junior hacksaw for this. There we go. I needn't really, but I will. I'll just stick this in the lathe and give it a quick clean a second. There we go. Nicely flat enough on the top. This will just sit through the pot there now. Let's get the pot in, get the old geode in the bottom of it. Okay, here's this one freshly pulled out of the pond. Now on the bottom of it there was a screw thread with an adjustable collar that literally went onto a rising stem. As you can see, that hole in there is damn small. I'd say it's even under an inch. But I'm going to drill that thread off it. I literally just had the collar piece jammed in a pipe fitting, which it was a nice fit onto, and stuck on top of the pipe that comes through the wall. I'll stick a diagram over here somewhere so you can see how I've got it set up. Quite a simple setup through the wall, no bashing a wall around, hooking a skimmer in, and these baskets are very cheap. Alright, I'll do a drawing. I've got that because it's an easy retrofit. I think I did a video on it the other year, how easy a fit these are as a retro, but all you need is 1.5 inch fitting through the side of the pond. They do these now, I've seen them with even a 3-inch out on the bottom, so they can be gravity fed. This one here could have been drilled out and a 3-inch pipe put through with gravity, but I'll have to cut a piece of wood to go in the bottom a minute to jam to give me a centre to drill the hole. Let's get that done and get this hole drilled and the collar on it. Now that pushed in the bottom, that gives me a centre to run the drill through. We'll need something to rest it on now, so that gives me a top, and do that for that. I suspect I can always find something. Oh, look at that, just the right size. Right, hole saw. By eye for the centre. Old carpenter's eye. Not too bad. There we go. Oh, don't break it, Martin. Not after all that. Persuader. I know the hole's a little bit tight. This hole's also. A little bit of reaming. Should see it. Not fussed about a seal on this one. Don't need a seal, so doesn't need to be watertight. Can't be bothered to go and find a spanner. There she is. That's that little job. I'll stick it back out on the pond in a minute. We'll come back up to it after it's running. I don't normally keep anything in the bottom of this one, just let it suck through everything, just go straight through the basket into the first Easypod, and that's it. but now I've got the full draw on it. I can't wind the pump down any lower, but obviously if I'd have been pulling more, I reckon I'd have been able to cut the power down on the pump because I've got a bigger hole. But there, let's go pop that back on a second. Put the camera down a bit closer so you can see. But there literally is the pipe coming out. Now I've got it on a T and going across to the corner here with a brace on it because obviously my fish ain't small. And if it just came straight out the wall on the bulkhead there, if you can see it, the fish can push it sideways, and these big ladies and gents really were knocking it about. But putting that on that brace into the corner really helps. They can't bash it around now. So this should be just a straight job. Just pop it back on top of the piece of pipe. That's if you can find the old. Basket. There we go. That's it, back in. Simple as that. Doing it this way on a bulkhead fitting really is an easy way to add a skimmer to your pond if you haven't got one in already. That pipe that returns, you can use a few bends on it and bring it up higher. It doesn't have to be below the basket. As long as it's below pond level, water level, it'll work. So if you want to retrofit one, it's not a bad option. It's quite easy to do, and it gives you the pump outside of the pond, no pump in the pond, and in the corner like that, they draw really well. There's a large area around it. As I say, it's only pulling lightly at the moment. Let's turn the pump up a minute and see what it'll pull like on its maximum. There, that's the pump pulling at 100%. So 10,000 litre pump. It's got a rise there of, it isn't a metre, but say for a minimum it's pulling 8,000, that 8,000 litres. And easy to handle little skimmer. So if you haven't got one on your pond and you're thinking about retrofitting one, these stand in the pond ones aren't a bad option. As you can see today they're all sitting a bit low in the water, a bit peed off this week. Not been a nice week. Temperature's still pretty good, showing nearly 13 degrees here. Slightly bit of sun today, hazing through. The solar panels are picking up a bit, so there must be something there. But what a crap week. I should think everybody's had a lousy blooming week. Weather's been atrocious. So much rain. Did 3 pond tests this week with the amount of rain. We've had 5 inches of rain or more I've had here, and the pH went sideways. It was going down, so a bit of bicarb in. I always suffer with a low pH anyway, but got that bicarb in. Alright, let's pop you over onto the tripod and let's see what the question is to win the last and final disc, because that's all that's on offer this week, I'm afraid. 1 disc. Okay, so let's get you over on the tripod. Hi. Okay. Right, so you can see we've got a little bit of sunshine now, just in between the clouds, but there's heavy showers around. Right, I'll stick up a schematic here of how that skimmer's actually plumbed in, so you can see that. Now it's through the wall. The pipe doesn't have to come out and have a 90-degree bend on the bottom to go through. It could come out of a couple of bends. As long as it's below water level, that will work. So it's quite, like I said, quite an easy retrofit to a pond. You might have to drop the water level sort of 4 inches, 5 inches, but you can put a hole through the side, put a tank connector, flange connector in, one of the bolt-on ones, through your liner, bump liner behind the liner, zip through, pipe through, there you go, hey presto. Right, the winner of last week's competition. Okay, now you've seen what I was doing, so I'll stick the winner up here. Alright, so there you go, you've won this week's disc. Now that's the last disc competition for now. I'm going to be doing some more, probably about a month's time. I'm going to do 3 weeks worth again of competitions. I'm going to do koi plaques and discs for 3 weeks again in about a month's time. So if you don't want to miss that and you aren't subscribed in, make sure you smash the subscription button down here. Get yourself subbed in. You will not miss it then when I do the rest of the competitions. Sun's actually quite nice now. Lousy week we've had. I've just caught up with James on Facebook and the kind of week he's had, and it hasn't been too bad. He's managed to get on with it. I think he was off for the week this week. I said I'd pop up, but I just haven't had a chance, but I will flip up around there again and see him. I'm lucky here being close by that I can nip round and see it firsthand. Follow that lad, he's really done well there. It's looking fantastic so far. Follow him, alright? Right, that's me about done down here. Like I said, like, subscribe if you can, be greatly appreciated. Next week I'm going to be playing around and show you a bit of the veg filter and what we do to get rid of the nitrite here. Everybody's got nitrite problems. Mine out the tap isn't brilliant. I'm on soft water anyway. I've got quite a bit of nitrate in the tap water, but the actual pond here has got less nitrate than what I've got coming out the tap. I'll show you how I deal with that. But from down here in sunny Devon, yeah, don't you just love it? Yeah, sunny for 5 minutes. Right, catch you all next week in another video. Bye for now.
A few moments later.